Howdy folks, TJ here. A little bit of a news update and happy Nextmas to you. Maybe I will get my 12 Nextmas videos of the month. I think this is number 10, Nextmas number 10 video. Kickstarter update, and I thought I would check it out and also bring up a couple pictures here on my Migi or Amiga computer. The main one I want to talk about is that. Look at that thing. What is it? It's a dust cover. It looks a little bit rounded, kind of cartoony almost when I first saw it. And I go, oh, how neat. And kind of like Al Pacino, I was going, I'm going to get a Next cover for that computer and that computer, even if that computer's not a Next. I just want that cover on everything I've got. It looks really, really slick. I like the looks of it, and it's different. Most dust covers are fabric. This is supposed to be like a rubber material with a fuzzy inside. Let's look at the actual Next Kickstarter. I'll put a link down below, and you probably, if you're a Next Kickstarter person, you've already maybe read some of this. But let's chat about this cool cover. No idea what the price is going to be. I'm going to buy at least two. I've got this Next already, and I ordered one on the last Kickstarter. And I may buy a third just to be safe. So, the Next Kickstarter called it a Merry Christmas Update. And looks like it's going to be the last one of the year, naturally. The first thing they talk about is the wonderful Dizzy. And I'm not going to talk about that too much, but as most of you probably know, if you've been in the Facebook group, that the 128 Speccy version of this new Dizzy game came out. And I've already downloaded it. I haven't played it yet, but I plan on it. And so he talks about that a little bit. And he does say in here, and when I say he, I should say it's Enrique, that he always does these Kickstarters. Let me see if I can find the text. This releases the 128 kilobyte Speccy version of the game, which the team wanted to release before the starting of the work on the enhanced version of the Next. While we wait for the updated graphics, music, and sound that will come soon to grace our Next with special dizziness. So there should be a second version. It appears enhanced for the Next. This current version, though, will play on your old Speccy 128. And cool. So I look forward to trying that game out. Accessories. They had 3 different pictures. Let's go ahead and bring them up on my Amiga, or Amiga 1. I just call it Amiga. And so first one is the official on-off power switch. Looks good. Looks like a nice little bit longer of a cable too. I've got some generic switches, and it looks like maybe each side has about 3 inches of cable. This looks like it's double that. So it almost looks like there's maybe 6-7 inches of cable on each side, which is kind of cool. Then they showed the PSU. So this looks different. You know, the PSU that came with the Next before is your typical AC adapter. It has different plugins that you plug in for whether you're in the United States or 210 volt or 220 volt or whatever in different countries. But this one looks different. It looks like one side is going to plug into, I guess, the electrical switch. I'm kind of confused about it, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Is this whole thing the AC adapter top, and that on the other end has a plug that plugs into your outlet? I can't really quite tell. I'm almost thinking there's going to be another cable coming out of this opposite side, like a typical PSU, and that goes to, this side looks like the computer. That looks like the little barrel switch to me. But then again, maybe at the angle that it's on, that's the actual end that plugs into your outlet. But to me, that looks like it would plug into the new power switch, the on-off button. And the other end should be a cable that plugs into whatever electric you've got. I don't see that other cable, though. So I guess that's to be seen. I'm guessing there is a piggy cable that you're going to plug in on the other end, depending on what country you're from. My guess. But yeah, hopefully they can clarify that. Because now that I look at it, I'm thinking, where's the other cable? So there's that. PSU looks good. Sinclair zxspectrum Next power supply unit. And then the SD card, the colorized version. So it looks pretty good. The Sinclair zxspectrum Next system software. So Looks like they're sticking with the little micro type of SD card that plugs into an adapter, and on the adapter they've got it prettified with color. So those are the pretty pictures, but this the main thing, the dust cover. Let's scroll down further. And the ensemble is complete, they called it. And yes, you might have noticed the fabled next cover have made its debut. We are planning on making it available on the Spec Next shop for pre-ordering next year to keep your loved computer dust-free. It's a lovely piece of kit with a rubbery finish. So that top is not plastic. It appears to maybe be a rubber of some kind on the outside, but felt on the inside and cozy. Yeah, cool. So it looks really nice. Like I said, I kind of got a very cartoony feel about it when I first saw it. Everything looks a little bit rounded and bubbly and like a cartoony thing. I'm not sure if you see that also in it, but it looks really slick. It'll be great on my next computer, so I can't wait to order at least 2, maybe 3, like I said, to be safe. Or I could just stick it on other computers that they're going to become Spectrum Next for while they're being covered from dust. Cool. So, other things, they talked about a board revision 2C. I'm not going to go into that stuff as nitty-gritty. You can go read it yourself. I don't like to read verbatim these type of things. You can kind of do that yourself. I like to cover the main chunklets of it and then chat about it. Code along with baggers, though, I do want to talk about. So, if you've been following along, Jim Bagley has been doing almost a weekly episode of coding. I'm on the world's worst internet here, as I've said probably 1,000 times, and you're tired of hearing me say it. But 2 tin cans with a string. It is hard. It's satellite. It takes like 8 or 10 hours to upload one of my videos. It's terrible. So I don't get to watch these real time. I try to stream them in low quality, like 144p, 240p, or 360p as I can. I've only watched maybe 2 or 3 of them, and there's more than that. And by the looks of it, the picture that's in this new Kickstarter, it almost looks like he's doing machine code kind of stuff because it's all gibberish to me. So I need to, hopefully, one day, it'd be great if they come out with a DVD of these. Because then I can, for these people like TJ that has shitty internet, I can enjoy them on DVD. Until then, I'm at the mercy of my crappy internet. But I want to really watch these. It looks like he's really having a fun time teaching, and people connect and chat with him on YouTube as he's doing stuff and he's answering questions. So if you haven't been watching that, you should. I'll put the link of that also down below. Check out his YouTube channel. It's awesome. So there's that. Then they talk about Visual Studio Next basic support. For right now, I'm doing all my coding on the Next, so I haven't really dove into this. So read this for yourself if it's of value to you. But it looks like Visual Studio Next basic support has been getting updates and all sorts of stuff, so check that out. Internet and Explorer. Now this one I had no clue about. I kind of knew, but I didn't. And I'm not going to pronounce your name, because in here it looks Russian to me. Nextcup? Waklov. Probably way off. But I bet you that first part I'm partially on. But continues his incredible work on the Internet Explorer, now supporting files download. So to me it looks like this is a browser that can, I'm guessing over your Wi-Fi connection, access a website through Gopher to download files directly to your Next. So no pulling of your Next SD card, plugging it into your Mac or PC or Linux box, and copying stuff to it and putting it back in, which I've had to do a lot. This you can do via, I'm guessing, wireless. Now, I know the word Gopher, but it's been a number of decades since I remember any of it. Now let me read this. So the browser is now available fully compiled for download and use, and it's even possible to browse the Spectrum Next website through its Gopher version maintained by this person. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name again. So to me it looks like they've made available this particular Spec Next website, the data for download, that you can now access directly from your Next to download stuff. Really cool. So I'm going to have to download this and give it a try, and I'll make a video on my experience with it, whether it's easy and TJ can pull it off, or whether it's hard and you have to do all sorts of setup and stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, I think that's it. So let's go ahead and close this. Let the Amiga Boing Ball squirrel in the back. That's the Candy desktop. Very animated, very fun, very festive for the Christmas season. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little recap of this Kickstarter update. What number is it? It doesn't say the number. Oh, yeah, it does. 8. Number 8. So there you go. A Merry Christmas update. Thank you, folks, at Speccy Next Factory, Enrique and Jim and all the troops that make this all happen. So happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to everybody watching this. And Merry Nextmas. Take it easy. Hopefully you enjoyed this update. Buy some of those cool dust covers when they come out. I know I am, for sure.